Hello and welcome to another episode of BLG News for the week of April the 28th. I'm Marcus Boston. Well, let's go ahead and get it out there. The big story of the week deals with the Los Angeles Clippers and their owner, Donald Sterling, and the NBA commissioner and all of that. This story has all of the bad things, I would say, in society right now. You've got racism, you've got sexism, you got the fact that this guy is cheating on his wife, it seems. So there's a lot of bad things that's going on with this particular story. And we've had people to ask us questions about this story. And there does seem to be some confusion with this. And what I want to quickly, and I mean quickly, talk about is the issue of the First Amendment and what is going on in this particular set of facts. You've got a lot of people that are saying, well, this was a private conversation, First Amendment. He has a First Amendment right to say this and that and this and that. But the problem with that is that for the First Amendment protections to kick in, this individual, you would need the government. You would need some type of governmental action somewhere in this, and we don't have this. The NBA is a private entity. These are private people. These are private businesses. So that's why the First Amendment analysis with this is just not going to work. There's no government that's involved. There's no governmental actor or anything like that that's trying to take his team away from him or trying to silence him or anything like that. So I just want to make sure that you guys understand that the First Amendment in this particular instance right now, it seems, it does not apply. So now we move on to the other aspect that people have asked about, and that is, well, the games. I didn't talk about the games last week. So tonight, what we have as of right now, Wednesday, we've got the Dallas Mavericks, and they are playing against the San Antonio Spurs. Series is tied at 2-2, my brother.
Why is it tied at 2-2?
Yeah, that's the question. Why is it tied at 2-2? Yes, there are some that are saying that the Spurs should have been running Dallas out of the gym. Quentin, I know that you have your thoughts on everything, but again, there's a lot of people that are wondering, why are the Spurs not really just giving Dallas the business, as they say? So they play tonight. You got the Spurs and the Mavericks. The game is in San Antonio. I'm going with the Spurs on that one. Now we've got the Brooklyn Nets. They're playing against the Toronto Raptors. That game is in Toronto. Another series that's tied 2-2. The game is in Toronto. Andrew, I just don't see it. I think Toronto is going to go ahead and pull this one off because the game is in Toronto. So I'm taking Toronto on this one. And then the 9:30 game is Portland and Houston. And this series, Portland is up 3-1. LaMarcus Aldridge has just been playing out of his mind in this series, really giving Dwight Howard the business in this one. So I'm going to pick on this one. I think that Portland, even though the game is in Houston, I think that Houston is on the ropes. They're getting beat down. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull Portland. I'm going to pick Portland for this one. And Andrew, again, I can't forget about you, man. The Bulls are gone. The Washington DMV fans who are following the Wizards, they have moved on to the next level of the playoffs. The second story that I would like to talk about today.
Technically, that's the third.
Okay, well, technically it's the third. Well, the next story that I would like to talk with everybody about. This story was sent to me by my brother's brother-in-law from Chicago. So he sent us this story, and this story is in the Odenton Patch, and it deals with an autistic Maryland boy who wants charges dropped against his friends who tormented him. Now, this one is a very, very sad story. 2 teenage girls have been charged with physically abusing an autistic child, who was a classmate. Authorities say that they recorded instances of these teenagers kicking the victim, the autistic boy, and goading him into sexual acts. So this is this is a sad story in this particular case. And hopefully this thing, hopefully there's some justice done in this, and hopefully the young man can move on with his life with this. And the last story that I would like to talk about today deals with the WISE organization, Winning in Sports and education. There is going to be a video game tournament, and it's going to be at GameStop. And there's a $15 registration fee. It's going to be a Call of Duty video game tournament. So parents, your kids that like to play Call of Duty, it's going to be held on Saturday, May the 17th at 11 a.m. and it's going to be at the GameStop at 3475 in Laurel Fort Meade Road. It's going to be Route 198 in Laurel, and it's going to and you can register at the GameStop for it. So for more information, you can visit the WISE website, and I'm going to have it running below so you guys can click on that, and it's also going to be in the email itself that goes out with this video. So that's going to be the news for this week. If you have a story that you would like to talk with us about, you can always send us an email to info@bostonlawllc.com. Again, that's info@bostonlawllc.com. And if it has something to do with what we've got going on.
Why is it still raining?
Yeah, that's a good question now. We've been raining now for what? We've had 2 days of rain. Yeah, it's been raining big time. So, but I guess that's good though, because the plants and the grass, they need the rain. So before I was cut off, I was going to tell you again that the email is info@bostonlawllc.com. And if your story has something to do with what we've got going on here at BLG, we'll be glad to try to get it into our news stories. Well, that's it for the news this week. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and the woman on the other end of the camera is my lovely wife, Renee Boston.
Don't burn any pots and pans.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's an inside joke. Yeah, guys, I did. I burnt a pot the other night. Yes, I did. So that's it for the news, guys. We'll see you next week. Take care. Have a great day.